Look at all these new players playing Elder Scrolls Online. It's really cool to see all these people come in, but at the same time, I know a lot of people are struggling how to find out how to level their character and do other things in the game. This video in particular is about gear. Yes, gear. Even leveling gear plays an important part in your character's development. I'm going to talk about how you can optimize your gear for really low cost without having to know super high-end crafters or being a super powerful guild or anything. You as an individual can make upgrades to your gear progressively even if you don't do any crafting. And here's how. We're at the Mages Guild first, because what the Mages Guild gives is something that no one else can provide, and that's jewelry. Jewelry plays a huge part in how your character progresses. Not only does it come with a certain trait, meaning it gives you magic, health, or stamina, that's going to be really valuable for you leveling up. If you're doing damage with weapons like sword and shield or a bow or something, you want to use stamina. If you're doing it with staffs, you want magicka. If you're playing a tank type role, you want health. Why does this matter? The more health you have, the more you survive. The more magic and stamina you have, the faster things die. It's that simple. So to get a leg up on leveling, you need to find a way to buy or find really cool jewelry. So let's say you can't find any. Basically what you got here is, what I did is went to the Mages Guild and bought jewelry at or around my level. That's arcane. Arcane gives me magic. I'm a spellcaster. Every major town has the Mages Guild. So if I'm in here, Vocal Guard, you see the symbol for Mages Guild, and they also have a vendor called the Magus. You go to the Magus, and at level 11 or higher, they start selling rings. Now these rings come in arcane, robust, or healthy. So robust is stamina, healthy is health. You want to get rings at or around your level. That's what your specific role is. So for me, I got arcane, got two rings, one necklace. Now the necklaces only come in healthy, which is better than nothing. So I'd recommend getting these right away at level 10. As far as weapons go, also the Mages Guild sells staves. So the staves here have training on them. You can buy this early as level 3, and I highly recommend to do it as soon as you get done with the story. Having the training stuff on your traits is going to completely level those skill lines much, much faster. And you don't have to craft any of this stuff. Now, at 600 gold, it might seem a bit expensive, but it's a small investment if you take into the account how fast your skill is going to level. Faster skill, more passives, more damage, more blocking, so on and so forth. Really, really important. So, you get rings, jewelry here. That's the first step. You also can buy weapons here. If you're not a magic-based user, let me show you where you can buy different weapons. So if you're using a two-handed axe, maybe you're using daggers, swords, bows, anything like that, and also even flame staffs. So yes, these folks, along with the shield, are going to be your best bet for finding other weapons that you can equip. Most importantly, shields. If you combine a sword with a shield, both with training, you're really going to level that fast. Now, this is the symbol for the Fighters Guild. Like I said, every major town has both a Mages Guild and a Fighters Guild. Okay, so now we got weapons taken care of and jewelry. Let's go find somewhere where we can buy clothes. If you go on your map, usually there's a major hub at or around the center of the market. So you can look over here and get keys for various types of services that these folks provide. So we're going to go to Davins Watch Market, go look around and see what we can get gear-wise. We're at the heart of the market district here in Davins Watch, and we go to the place that has the armor. That's the sign for the armor. And ironically, they have armor. Yeah, guess that. The difference here is you can get it level 3, but it doesn't have a trait on it. So the trait with gear basically comes with a benefit. So you can have training or expiration. Specifically if you're leveling, that's something you really, really want to go after. However, if you're just looking for a piece of gear at or around your level, go to these various places. You can also find it in the loot that you get killing mobs. One way or another, constantly be upgrading your gear to at or around your level. That's really important. So there's armor for folks that want to use heavy armor. There's a leather worker. That's for people that want to use medium. And then there's tailor or clothier for people that want to use light. So either way, get that piece of gear, and then that's how you kind of stay up to snuff with your gear at or around your level. Now that brings up the question, what type of gear should you wear? Come here, have a seat. We need to talk about gear and what you're going to wear and why. One of the most common questions I get. And people don't understand how gear works in terms of resources, damage, and so on. I've said it a lot, but I'm going to say it in this video just so we make sure we're clear on it. People want to wear heavy armor but yet do magic damage. People want to wear medium armor and yet do magical damage. You can do all those things. You're just not going to be effective at it. The reason why is light armor, it's all about the passives that you get. So in light armor, you get passives for reducing your magic cost, meaning you can cast a lot more. Increasing magic regeneration, more casting. Ignoring spell resistance, harder hitting abilities, more crit, more spell penetration. So light armor is designed for people that use magic. Another interesting point here is this passive with a full set of light armor. What does that mean? It means 5 or more. 5 out of 7 is your key number to hit. You have 7 slots: head, shoulders, gloves, legs, boots, belt, chest. So if you can wear 5 light, you're going to have a huge advantage over someone wearing 4. Okay, we got that. Medium armor. As you can imagine, this is for stealth or physical damage. Someone wearing light is going to want to use staves. Someone using medium is going to wear bows, daggers, swords, that type of thing. Dexterity increases physical critical strike, so that's your weapon abilities. Stamina recovery and reduced stamina cost. You got increased sneaking. You got weapon damage, which is your 5-piece bonus, so that's with 5 or more pieces. And also movement speed and dodge rolling. So medium is really geared towards that agile, weapon-based damage dealer. Heavy armor is the tank. Now, heavy armor looks cool, it really does, but there's not a whole lot for regeneration or resource regeneration. So resolve increases armor and spell resistance, great for a tank. Increases health recovery, and also when you get hit, you get back a small amount of resources, great for a tank. Max health, great. Reduce blocking costs, great. Increase healing receive. As you can see, there's only one little thing that gives you back resources, nothing else. So while it looks cool, it's really designed for someone doing the tank role, maybe not soloing or leveling around. So what I recommend for people to do that are new to this game is use a 5-1-1 setup. So I would go 5 light, 1 heavy, 1 medium, or 5 medium, 1 light, 1 heavy. Reason why is you do want to level up these skill lines. Even just equipping one piece will unlock this really valuable skill later on. And even starting out, you might not know what you want to do at endgame, and you might change. So you might as well level the skill line while you're going through. Okay, so we got that. Now, there's a couple of advanced things to know about gear. Each of them have trait, there's set bonuses, there's other things. But we're not going to get to that in this video. This is just basics. But what you can do is go one step further and optimize this gear even more. So now we got our weapons, we got our jewelry, we know which type of armor we should be wearing. Let's actually enchant it, make it a little bit more sturdy. We're still in the town here, Davins Watch, and an important part of it is the enchanter. Yes, every place has an enchanter as well, as an alchemist. So the enchanter here sells, well, you guessed it, enchantments. Enchantments by nature is a little bit hard to level up, so you don't have to get into crafting right away, though I do recommend experiment with lighter. Yes, I will make videos on this, but hypothetically what you need to know is that you can buy glyphs if you don't enchant at or around your level. Every zone that you go to has something, an enchanter at or around your level that has glyphs. So, level 5 to 15 gear, remember it's the level of your gear, not the actual gear that you equip. You can buy health glyphs, magic glyphs, or stamina. You can also buy damage glyphs for your weapons, and also you can buy reduced magic costs or reduced stamina. Very, very simple stuff, but it makes a huge difference. Disregard the gold cost. Yes, there's a gold cost associated with it, but if you have a little bit extra gold from maybe selling some of that loot in the dungeons, it's going to make a big difference. So some tips for you. What I like to do is, you got to realize head, chest, and legs are considered large slots. They give you more stats for whatever you put in them. You have the option to enchant these with health, magic, or stamina. What I like to do is go health in my head, chest, and legs, just because I get a lot of stats out of that. And so that gives me usually right to the health mark that I need. The rest of them I go shoulders, gloves, belt, boots, I go with magic. Or if you're a stamina user and use weapons, use stamina. Doesn't matter, whatever user you are. And then on my jewelry, I do reduce magic cost or reduce stamina cost of abilities. Trust me on this. It's going to make a massive difference on how effective you're going to be. Also, enchant that weapon. Oh, I need to charge it here. Enchant that weapon with fire damage or frost or shock or something. Now remember, there's way fancier glyphs and runes and all sorts of stuff that you can use later on, but this is just a start. Okay, so you started the game up. Recap. What do you want to do? Do you want to be a tank, a damage dealer, a healer? What do you want to do? I recommend magic-based DPS. Use light armor. Just makes sense. If you want to be a bow, sneaky, use medium. If you want to be tanky, but, help play in groups, use heavy. Stick to those armor types. Remember, 5 pieces is what's considered a full set. That's going to give you that massive passive bonus. So starting out, try different things. You can wear 2 light, 3 medium, 2 heavy. It's just not going to be as beneficial. And the reason why is the passives. Remember, these passives. So when you're leveling, if you're a medium armor user, try to get these first 2 right away. Right away, these first 2 are going to make a big difference. More so than active abilities. Because starting off, you're not going to have the regeneration. You're not going to have the reduced cost. Get that jewelry upgraded and find and upgrade gear as it comes to you. If you can find a local crafter that's maybe selling training, get that. If you can't, move on. Keep on leveling, keep on having fun. I hope this helps because I know gear was a big struggle for me starting out this game. And so I will have more in-depth tips on gear and crafting later to come.